Well, this isn't exactly what I expected, but NASCAR listened, surprisingly. They're changing their format for 2026, and it's not going to be full points, unfortunately. They're bringing the chase back. The chase format, basically, now it's the top 16 in points qualify for the chase, and they have 10 races to battle it out. One small problem, there is still a points reset, meaning that despite there being less ways to take advantage of the system, people can still take advantage of it. I talked about this in my video I made back in November, where Tony Stewart, for example, despite having a bad year in 2011, for the first 26 races, went on a tear, winning 5 races in the final 10 races, and won the championship in a tiebreaker with Carl Edwards. Carl Edwards only won 1 race in 2011 in Las Vegas in March, and despite having a more consistent year, being more upfront, being the points leader most of the year, he lost the tiebreaker because Tony Stewart had more wins. Those wins, by the way, came in the final 10 races, and in the regular season points, well, he would not have been in that position in the first place. Of course, infamously, Jimmy Johnson, 6 of his titles came in the chase. And while one or two of them would have been legitimate, right? The rest of them were made because Jimmy Johnson, the way he went about it was he would have a first regular part of the season, then destroy the chase format when that came around, being way more consistent than everyone else, winning more races than anyone else. That's how he did it. Now, to be fair, the chase format has had more legitimate championships than the playoff format. Tony Stewart in 2005, Brad Keselowski in 2012, Jimmy Johnson in 2013, Jimmy Johnson in 2006. Otherwise, there's still room for error there. The 2004 champ should have been Jeff Gordon. That was Kurt Busch. The 2007 champ should have also been Jeff Gordon. That was Jimmy Johnson. 2008, Carl Edwards. Instead, it was Jimmy Johnson. 2009, Mark Martin. Instead, Jimmy Johnson. 2010, between Kevin Harvick or Denny Hamlin. I don't remember which one off the top of my head. That went to Jimmy Johnson as well. So, do I like the chase format? That's hard for me to answer because, yes, I grew up with the chase because my first year watching NASCAR was 2006, my first full year 2007. So I'm familiar with it to a point, right? So, and I understand it a lot better, and it does reward consistency in theory than the playoff format did. But at the same time, as I've gotten older, I realize that the old NASCAR and motorsports is a little too chaotic. I'm still in Slapshoe's line, by the way, where a lot of crazy stuff can happen, and it's way too unpredictable, especially in this current year of the next-gen car, where anyone and anything can win a race, and you can have your day end by broken parts, blown engine, broken transmission, blown tire into the wall. There's too much going on where a playoff format would, people would take advantage of it. Whereas in a full points format, you can at least build momentum, build up your points to get to the championship title. So if I were to make some corrections to the chase, because as Mark Martin said, it's a compromise. It's a compromise. We're not going back to full points. We didn't say that last part. But if it's going to be a compromise, what would I have done differently? Instead of 16 drivers, I honestly would have had 10, maybe 12, because the old chase was like that. The top 10 in points went to compete for the title. I would not have had a points reset. I would have instead had the top 16 lock in and then just still compete like normal. But now, in 17th place could not jump to 16th place. He's stuck in the back. That's what I would have also done. I also would have, I don't know, maybe, and this isn't so much the thing with the format itself, it's more of a racing thing. If you're going to have, points consistency, I would just get rid of stages. Seriously. The stages were there as a compromise to the playoff format because, points don't matter now. So if points matter again, why are playoff and stages are still a thing? I'd get rid of that too. So basically what I'm saying is, if the chase is to come back, and we know it's coming back, I would have instead went with the top 10 in points, maybe top 12, don't have a points reset, get rid of the stages and the stage points, and then let things play out as they will. Because, while the chase is better than the playoffs, it's not the full season points, which is what I would have preferred. That's just me though.